Blaze Blue, first released specifically Calamity Trigger, first released in November of 2008. Hey guys, you know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent, big ugly himself, Omariel Feo Grande on YouTube, sometimes referred to as Pete on this show. And I'm here with another episode of Whatever We Want podcast. What the f are you mad now? I said it. I didn't even pause or
No,
nothing. I saw you making the
no.
face and stuff, and I'm like, oh my
Cause
god.
you did all this. Hey guys, hey, I'm do. Well, Blaze Blue. Sometimes referred to as Pete on this show. Like
Well,
you mother.
because I saw you over there just like
Cause
you
you,
do
cause you,
with that.
you said it like
because I don't think the live matters as much.
you said
Anyway,
it like it's a fucking chore. Uh, anyway. Go ahead.
anyhow,
Finish what you have to say. Because apparently
yes,
you
this
have
is
to
the
say.
Whatever We Want podcast. And I'm joined by my co-host and one of my best friends in the world, who bears watching Super Jazz.
As nature intended. Yes, everybody. As my best friend, the other host of the show, so eloquently put it, that this is the Whatever We Want podcast, where we do just that. We talk about whatever we want. We do not lead this conversation. This conversation leads us, and we let these chips fall where they mow shit. We open a week from Friday.
Oh shit, you open a week from Friday.
God damn.
All right.
Yeah.
Crunch
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Crunch time. I'm not sure.
And it's not even like
Crunch time.
not to hijack the show, even though we have a whole fucking hour and the whole point is whatever the hell we want to talk about. But the it's not like, oh shit, we're not ready. Oh shit, I'm gonna suck. Oh shit, I can't do this. It's none of that. It's just, oh shit, this is a hell of a fucking script. And as well as with every show, even if you have one line, them opening night jitters, you know,
Yeah.
you motherfucking
I'm
know.
nodding. I'm nodding. I agreed.
Yeah. So, and then on top of that, then of course you get, like I said, you get opening night jitters if all you got to do is just walk out, stick your head out, and just be like, and then leave. You just get jitters just being in front of an audience. But then on top of that, you add a meaty ass script, a two-person show, um, something that just got reopened on Broadway 2 years ago from a Pulitzer Prize winning playwright, dealing with black issues, uh, you know, like heavily involved. Like you had all this other shit, and then it's like you add the fact that it's a company that I was fortunate enough to found, and I have like a team working with, and then you add all this other stuff, and it's just like, but again, if you take all of that out, it's still just the fact that, like, oh shit, we open a week from fucking Friday, like, goddamn, because shit, the reason why, a peek behind the curtain for everybody watching, but the reason why we're recording this as late as we are right now is because earlier today I was doing some work with my father, and then I had to pick up the tech equipment, and
Mm.
the only time that the people, the guy who had the tech equipment was available, was late because he was in the middle of doing something. So I had to get the tech equipment from him, and then this, and I'm like, okay, oh shit, we got the tech. And you know how, like, you already know, of course, I'm doing a show like anything in life, but when you add little stuff here and there, it's like, oh shit, it's real. Oh shit. Because this ain't the first time that I've acted in the venue that we're in. Ain't the first time that I got the tech. Because the venue that we're in, they, like, the space is great, but they just don't have their tech at the moment. So I have to get the tech from somebody else. And then of course they're like, yo, you can put the tech in here. We just don't have our tech at the moment. So this is the first time that I got the tech, the sound equipment, the lighting equipment for this because we did a show in April. That was the one when I did the show. My car broke down and I fucking uh whatever we want went on fucking random hiatus, right? Um, but now it was like, yeah, it's like I got the tech. Oh shit, yeah, I just got the tech for opening fucking night. Ah, shit. Because we sent out an email to everybody involved as far as cast and crew. It's like everybody make sure you get your bios in. Oh shit, because we're doing programs. Oh shit, all these little things that add to the fact that this shit is, real. You know, so it's like fuck. Yeah, we're gonna be in the space next week acting like next week, which is why I'm rehearsing tomorrow. I had something going Thursday, so we were supposed to, but I can't make it. But then we're rehearsing like every day leading up to like fuck Tech Week. And for y'all who don't know, Tech Week where you rehearse every night leading up to opening night. No, we're rehearsing every night right now because we got 2 fucking weeks and it's a heavy ass script. Um, but yeah, man, that's like for good fucking reason. That's all I'm like really thinking about lately because it's like, oh shit, it's gonna be a hell of a show though. It's gonna be a hell of a show if we pull it off, which I know we will. It's gonna be a hell of a show. I said that a colored funeral would be one for the books if we did it justice, and for everybody who saw it, they really praised it and talked about how great it was, how much they loved it, and all that shit. This show it's gonna be another one for the books because not so much because it's a local playwright or anything like that, but this is gonna be a good one because it's a show that isn't done too often,
Yeah, because
and
it's the
it
whole two-man nature of it.
I don't know why this show isn't done that often. I would honestly assume it might be because it's a two-person because two-person shows aren't done too often, period. Like I think even from like the top of the Broadways to the lower like who are you theaters.
Top
Um
dog to underdog.
well, I mean I didn't even do that on purpose, but yeah, damn. But I would think that two-person shows aren't done too often, two-person or one-person shows aren't done too often. They're not done too often in Broadway, I would even assume, because the main thing that sells on Broadway is
The
you have a
big
name.
musical names and the big musical numbers and stuff. So like
Yeah,
two people. So it's usually
but
a name, and if it's gonna be a small cast, it's like a name with a one-person show or something like
yeah,
that.
cause like okay, before they turned Fences into a movie, the movie
Hmm.
Fences with Denzel Washington, Viola Davis. Before they turned it into a movie, a lot of people don't know there's playwright August Wilson. I don't know if you know about August Wilson. Um, but August Wilson, he wrote like a lot of plays, amazing black playwright. Before they turned it into and he wrote a play for like every decade pretty much, and he passed away I want to say in the 2000s, but he wrote a play for like every decade from like the 30s 40s all the way up to like the 90s or thousands or something like that. Amazing fucking plays, like amazing plays. Assistant directed piano lesson. I was in Two Trains Running. Anyway, um eventually Aquarium Rising we have to do one of his shows. That's a different story. But uh Fences, oh, uh-oh, my camera set up. There we go. Okay. Now Fences, before it got turned into a movie, it was being like going around Broadway. And it was going around Broadway with Viola Davis and Denzel Washington. Because not only are these amazing actors, but name recognition. So
Exactly.
going back to what I'm saying, right? Like they just did this play when I was talking about when I went to Chicago last year and I saw a lot of plays. One of the plays I saw was Birthday Candles. I looked up Birthday Candles. They did Birthday Candles recently on Broadway with Deborah Messing. So
Mm.
you got to have some kind of name. when they just did Top Dog Underdog 2 years ago, they did it with Yahya Abdul-Mateen II and Corey Hawkins. Or for those who don't know them, the New Age Candyman and Dr. Dre from Straight Outta Compton.
Hmm.
So some kind of name recognition.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that I think the main reason that they don't do it is the you might I think it's because of the two-person thing is probably why this show isn't done a lot is it has a lot to do with it because two-person shows are hard to do because you need some kind of name recognition. Like if you're gonna do a one-person show, you really got to have somebody people are going to come out to see in some type of capacity. And then on top of that, you need name recognition. And then on top of the name recognition, Broadway tickets cost too fucking much money. So if I'm going to go see this play and it's only got two people in it, they better be fucking acting their ass off because you can't hide behind the fact that there's five other people who are amazing and you're just so so. Both of y'all better be fucking good because otherwise I wasted $100+ on this goddamn ticket. Now, when they did it in Broadway 2 years ago with Mateen II and Hawkins, if I'm not mistaken, both of them got nominated for Best Actor. So there you go. As far as acting, I think another reason the show isn't done too often too, though, is as much as it's known, it's not that known. People who know about it, but a lot of people don't know about it.
Hmm.
Like like the people who I talk to within theater, they're like, and a lot of people who do know about it, some of them haven't necessarily seen it. They just might have heard of it, they might have studied it, they might have looked into it, this, that, but they haven't like seen it. So I think that's another reason is it's not that well known. And just gonna be honest, because of the fact that it's dealing with black issues and a lot of times just black shows just aren't put on by a lot of theaters. But this show isn't put on too much, so yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I'm just so like just enraptured. That's why I was like, I don't want to make the entire podcast just about Top Dog Underdog and how I feel about it because I feel like I'm talking in fucking circles. But I am just
Oh,
so
hey, it's
just
great to be passionate about what you're doing. It's better
man.
than being like, I'm so ready for this fucking show to be over. Don't even talk to me about it.
In a weird way, in a weird way, if you could follow me on this, I am so ready to do this show. I am so ready to get in front of an audience. I'm so ready for blah 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 blah. But the the business side of all of this shit is the side. It's a necessary evil that all of us artists we don't like, but we have to. And there's a part of me that does like it and feels a great pride with it. But a script this fucking meaty and being in there's a part of me that's just like, oh my god, I just want to open it night to just fucking get here. Because not only am I crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's within the character, but I'm crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's as far as behind the scenes shit. No stone unturned. Because when if I cast myself in a show with 7, 8, 9 people, as big as my part is, it's easy to not easy. It's not easy. It's easier to do behind the scenes. But it's more involved with the character itself. And at the end of the day, I say when it comes to acting and theater and just period, production value be damned because that is amazing. And if you see shows with crazy production value, of course, but at the end of the day, the main point is the acting.
Yeah,
So, because we've all seen shows or movies for that matter, where the production value was crazy and the show sucked ass.
that is
So
entirely true.
yeah, so yeah, because I mean, I've seen community theater shows that blew me away. So you know, like straight up community. I can think of one right now. I won't say it just because we try not to throw names or whatever. But I can think of one right now that I saw a few years ago that one of my friends was in. That was one of the best shows that I've seen live, and it was community fucking theater. So, but that's a whole different story of how people look down on community theater. And the only difference with community theater isn't necessarily that it's community theater. It's more so that the experience level is like with community theater, you'll have somebody who's this good, somebody who is this good. So you have people who are like just starting. You have people who, really bad. And usually with professional theater, you have people who like most people are like around the middle. And then a lot of people are here. So it just fluctuates, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be a bad show. Anyway, before I keep going down that top dog underdog route.
Hey, I'm gonna let you go.
I, I'm just gonna say real quick. It's funny because people, what you said this last time we recorded, but people say a lot of times that when I talk about this shit, and obviously I'm not putting on no airs and doing it on purpose, but they say when I talk about this, you could just hear the passion in my voice. I find that so funny.
Mhm.
like you could just hear and feel the passion with how I talk about it. I just find that so funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So football season started just I
Speaking of stuff
won't
we
get
passionate about,
I won't go too into it. You know, I won't go too into what happened this past weekend because I don't remember all the details. But I wasn't that optimistic with the Carolina Panthers' outlook on this season.
you and the
That said,
Panthers, you heard.
that said, I didn't bother watching the game. I got some texts throughout the day, one of which kind of surprised me. So I'm a little overreactive when it comes to things. Occasionally, I don't like losing, but it happens way too often, so I get pessimistic about it. Um, being a Panthers fan just wrapped up in that as well. But usually, couple weeks into the season, Panthers will lose some, and I'm just like, wow, fuck it, we're going winless, or we ain't winning no more games this season. 2-15 prediction at like week 4 or some shit.
2-5. Good God.
Dude, I'm telling you, it gets pretty bad. Some watching some of these games, but I didn't do that. Usually, like I said, that's a couple weeks into the season, and every time I do it, I get a text from Big Bro Evan.
I didn't want to get ahead of you, but I knew the person who texted you was Ivan. Go
No,
ahead.
no, I'm saying usually when I do this,
Oh,
it's a person. I get a text from Big Bro Evan like, dude, calm the fuck down. It's week 4.
oh, Ivan jumping out the window.
No, he tells me not to jump out the window.
Oh. I am getting ahead of you without trying. Go ahead.
Okay, so every season, Ibn tells me not to jump out the window.
Yeah.
Is the point I'm trying to make. He tells me to
Right. I
calm the
got you.
fuck down. I'm not telling him to calm the fuck down. What does he have to be
I got you.
depressed about? He's a Chiefs fan. He'll never have to be depressed for the next 20 years. Um, that said, he's usually saying that. I get a text Monday from Ibn that says
Oh shit.
Panthers 0-17. Ibn sent me a text that said Panthers 0-17
Jesus
by,
Christ.
by my roommate, who's a Bears fan. Definitely was complaining to me about the Bears early on in the game. There's a dude named Velus Jones who is
That's a
not
name.
good. Well, his last name is Velus Jones. It's probably like his
Oh, I thought you were saying his first name was Bellis and his last name is Joe. Anyway, my bad.
uh, um he he obviously is a better catcher than your average American. He's playing in the NFL, but he can't catch. He for an NFL player, compared to other NFL players, he ain't that good at catching. But for whatever reason, the Bears love keeping him on that team. And like early in the game, there's a punt that he dropped that the other team recovered. And I'm just getting texts like fire Velus Jones into the sun, fire the coach, fire Bryce Young, who's the quarterback
From
of
the
the
roommate.
Panthers. Yeah, it was like that. But then later he's like, okay, the general manager of the Bears can stay, meaning that the Bears ended up winning that game. Uh, and then he's like, but yeah, Bryce Young needs to be cut from the team or whatever. So apparently, however bad Bryce Young played, it was bad enough for everybody to collectively look at the Panthers and say they ain't got shit kind of hopes this season. So I'm gonna take a page out of Bill's book from our
Oh
you
shit!
don't
Shout out to
watch
Bill.
from our you don't watch sports thing, and I'm going
Dope
to
show.
go ahead and say week one NFL. Carolina Panthers fans, I am declaring your team dead for this season. We'll see you next year. Thanks for coming. All right. Oh, specifically your team's playoff chances for this
But
season.
do you think like are you going as hard as Big Bro and saying 0-7? You said 250. Are you going as hard as him and saying nothing?
Well, I said usually I do like 2-15. I hadn't said anything this past Sunday because I didn't watch the game.
No, I'm saying are you going that hard though? Like
Shit, I
in a
may.
lieu of God
I
damn.
may at this point. God
Owens,
damn.
oh Owens, good lord, man. 0-17?
Yeah, because it's 17 game seasons now.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, my point is, it could be 0-17, it could be 0-100. To win nothing is the point I'm making.
Happens
That's the point
often.
I'm making, huh?
It happens pretty often. Lions did it. Browns did it. Some other team I can't think of off the top of my head did it all within the last 15 or so years.
I thought it had been a while since there was a team that
Been
like
like
went
four
winless.
years. Been like 4 years,
I,
maybe.
damn, I thought it had been a while since there was a team that went winless. Holy shit,
Definitely,
that's
definitely within the last decade.
that's
The
that's
Browns did
that's
it at least once.
that's that's bad.
Yeah, the Panthers lost 47-10 on Sunday.
That's bad. That means that you got a touchdown and a field goal, and then just said, "All right, everybody, pack it up." What the fuck? What the hell? The fuck wrong with your ass? You said touchdown, extra point, field goal. We good.
Yep.
What the hell?
They are what you call not good. Bryce Young, 13 out of 30 for 161 yards and two interceptions.
Yeah, I think my dad was telling me about some shit like that. That motherfucker like got stomped or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was
I think he
probably
was
the
telling.
Panthers. Um, that's it. Well, yeah. So that was the start to the football season. I'm only half joking saying that the Panthers are dead, and by half I mean maybe like 5% joking about the Panthers' chances being dead
Very
for
much
the
not happy.
season.
That's why you thought it
Uh
was funny. Because 5% of that. My bad. Go ahead.
yeah.
You're a funny dude.
There's always a chance that something happens. And it is week one. That said, as a former St. Louis Rams fan, I've seen this show before. Okay, it is what it is. And I said it back when I was a Rams fan. And when I would have those little predictions of, damn, this season's going to be a steaming pile of shit. And people are like, where's the optimism? And I'm like, non existent. That's why they call it optimism instead of real life.
You here we go with you and this bullshit. Motherfuckers can't fucking be happy. Your ass. Oh wow, look at the sun. Look at the rainbow. Yeah, but it was just raining. Like, goddamn. What the fuck? Like, bitch, can I be happy that the sky cleared up? It's like, yeah, but it could rain again. Like,
Nigga, this is
don't
Florida. It'll rain again tomorrow. It'll rain again in 3 hours.
see. I was joking. You actually made it real. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
because that's what I'm talking about. Your optimistic realm isn't the real life, Jack.
no. See, okay. Well, what do you say? That's it wasn't that goddamn funny.
It wants to be because I'm not that serious about it. It's just like,
I know you.
damn,
I know you're
I'm
not. I know
turning it.
you're not.
I'm just like, yeah.
What do you say when optimism meets real life? Like you're so optimistic, but then all of a sudden, oh shit, it actually happened.
Congratulations, you got lucky and or blessed if you're religious.
You call it lucky or blessed, which is true, which is true. But no, which is true. But you're saying lucky or blessed in the sense of it
When
ain't gonna happen
optimism,
off. Don't
it
get
doesn't happen
used to it.
often. No, that's why it's
That's what I'm saying.
optimistic. That's why it's
You're
hopeful.
you're saying it in the sense of don't get used to that shit. Get used to getting smacked
Now,
in the face and kicked in the dick. Like what the hell?
I mean, that's far more likely.
Unless you're into that sort of thing, you're weird. Now I'm just being weird because it's late at night.
But but no, more so in the sports sense. And it also depends on the team. It's not like I'm like this with every fucking team. Like I just said, the Chiefs don't have to worry about anything for the next 20 years. They've got the Patrick Mahomes Kelsey connection thing going on.
Mahomes and Kelsey are not going to be playing the Chiefs for 20 years.
Mahomes is.
I was jokingly talking shit because I knew you weren't being serious.
Mahomes is, yeah, because he's only been in the season. He's only been in the league like 4 years, Jazz.
How old is the man though? 20 years plus however old he is a long time, brother.
He you
Everybody
know
ain't Tom Brady.
that's just what quarterbacks do now. They keep playing to older and older.
How old is Mahomes now?
He's
About.
like
You ain't got to exact. You ain't got to give me exact if you don't know.
like 25 maybe. He
So
could play to
that would be
45.
Tom Brady. That would
Yes.
literally be Tom Brady.
He's going to play longer than Brady. That's what I'm telling you, barring
Jesus,
injury, because that's what they
God
do,
damn.
Jazz. They play older and older. Far or played till like 39,
Yeah,
40, 41, and he was like, yeah, I'm barely out
yeah. He
here.
did play. He played for a long
Fucking
time.
Peyton Manning was like 1 year further. And then
God
Brady was
damn.
like 3 years further than Manning. So fucking Mahomes now with another 15 years of science and to go with, and more rules that are gonna say don't fucking touch him, and more
The
highly
don't touch
disciplined
him helps.
and more highly disciplined linemen that get the most holding penalties all season, but damn it, they show up for the Super Bowl. They don't get no penalties there. They know when to crack down and play football correctly. Who cares if they're the most penalized team? They show as hell ain't in the Super Bowl when it matters. They're not like the scrubs, that's the rest of the league. That is what it is. The bottom line is as long as that keeps happening, those motherfuckers ain't going nowhere. It's free fucking Super Bowls. Jazz, the dude's floor, like the worst season, the worst outcome he's had for a season is losing the AFC championship game.
So the worst outcome that he had was not
Third
cinching the
place.
play. Yeah, I was about to say not cinching the playoffs enough, which means that the worst you had was making it to the playoffs
Yeah.
and then winning a few of those games on
That's
top
what
of
I'm saying. You literally made it to
that.
third place in the league, and that's like you like tied for third, and that's the
That's
worst
crazy.
that you've done in
the
your life.
the worst you did was
Bronze
miss
medal.
the last game. Yeah, yeah.
Bronze medal is the worst you've ever
But
done.
I don't know. I like I said, I was playing up the joke because I was like, oh well, you're joking about 20 years. Come to
Now
find out,
Kelsey's old.
you're not necessarily joking about the 20 years. That's the crazy part.
I'm pretty sure Kelsey's in his 30s, so he may not be there 20 years. Mahomes will be.
And he's also like throwing a whole lot more tackles too, which is harder on your body to get
Well,
tackles and
yeah,
throw the tackle.
tight ends. Well, tight ends usually don't go that far, but again, everybody's playing longer than they should be these days, unless you get like 50 concussions in like 4 seasons or some shit like Luke Kuechly, and then you're like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna back out, which was a smart thing to do. I'm not faulting the man for doing it. I'm just saying what happened.
And I mean, they're also like you said, they're implementing a lot more rules, penalties as far as making it where you can't touch the quarterback and all this shit, and they're adding a lot more stipulations and shit to make the game last longer, which is why it's 1,000,001 touchbacks because they moved, the kicking shit like so it makes it where you can play longer, like you said, yeah. But I don't know when I'm in my motherfucking 50s, if Mahomes is still fucking playing, that'll be goddamn crazy. But then again, when we were fucking kids, we didn't think that Tom Brady would probably still be here too. So
Yeah,
who the fuck
but
knows?
life again, no need for optimism. The negative impact
And it goes full
continues to
circle.
happen.
I have adopted as I have aged, I have adopted over my life the phrase, the quote, the moniker, whatever you want to call it. I am optimistic. I am not naive, which means I believe in and hope for the best in life, but I ain't fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
I
not
know how
stupid
life
either.
is. I'm not saying what you thought that was me flipping and saying you were stupid.
No, I'm agreeing with
Oh,
you. I'm saying neither of us are
oh,
stupid. I'm
oh
not
yeah.
stupid either.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, shit. Did this come off like I was like, I'm not stupid, you dumb mother.
Uh,
I'm just joking, brother.
well,
Anyway,
somebody gotta be stupid.
if I ain't stupid, plot twist. We were looking at the audience. No.
You said it, not me.
What the fuck? No, no. I'm optimistic. I'm not naive, which means that I know how life fucking works, but at the same time, I still try not to just fall into the easy pitfall to fall into that life sucks. Cause I know that life is hard, but and I know how shit happens in life, but I try not to just be like, but everything's gonna be fucking terrible. Oh. So I try not to.
That's
But
naturally, I want everything to be good. It'd be very hard to live every day if you didn't want good things to happen. Uh,
this is fair.
but again, I also am not naive, and I look around and I notice that negative possibility are likely. So it's more just prepping for the worst. You know what I mean? You're less let down if you expect the worst to happen. As you
This is
know, and
true.
then when the good happens, you're pleasantly surprised. Like, yes, life can be good sometimes. That and who cares? The world's a scary place. We're all playing the
This is true.
same game. The game is called Survive. You will lose, you will die. Congratulations. You're just trying to get a high score. How high can you get your score to be? That said, that's what the game is. It's you versus
That
the world.
phrasing is fucking
The
crazy.
world, it's you versus the world in a game for your life, and the world is going to win. Your only way you can make anything is to be on that scoreboard with however much time as possible and enjoy that time as much as you can. Because at the end of the day,
What?
it will be game over. So if you got friends, you got family, enjoy your time with them, love them, go enjoy your life, do things, go it, pursue your ambitions, achieve what you can. Okay,
Facts, facts,
reach
facts.
for the stars. Because even if you miss, you're in the sky, you flew for a little bit, you were gonna die anyway. I just said that at the beginning. So just fucking reach for the stars. Jump, motherfucker, jump. Not off a bridge, unless you want to be a professional bungee jumper or some shit. In which case, do you. Do you.
You actually turn that whole like negative and weird ass fucking like wild fucking just like whatever into some inspirational ass shit.
Just gotta find ways to live in spite of the fact that the world is out to get you.
I mean, if we're going down this road, we can go down this road. I have definitely thought, and I was actually saying this the other day, um, because I'm not gonna say who, for obvious, privacy. But I know a few people lately. I know people or know people who know the people who have passed, like passed on around me, and I was just thinking how like it is crazy that we know at any given moment we could, get game over, but we have to live in spite of that shit. Otherwise, you're not living. And that's fucking crazy. We know that any goddamn time it's like, but we can't think about that shit. I thought that before.
Can you
I don't
believe
know.
motherfuckers want flying cars? Think about it,
Why
Jazz.
not? Why not?
All right.
I know what you're about to
Been
go
on the
down, but go
highway.
ahead.
Have you been when's the last time you were on the highway? And was there a traffic jam? Did someone like crash into somebody? How often does that happen for you?
I ain't been on the highway in a little bit, but I mean, probably like a few days ago.
Fair. Okay, so there's a highway that I'm pretty sure every time I heard the car radio, especially my first couple of years down here, is called there was an exit like called like John Young Parkway or something like that. And it always had a crash every morning. Crash at John Young Parkway, traffic stop. It's gonna be slow getting to work, folks. Every morning. Now imagine these motherfuckers are crashing in the
Hitting people
sky
out the sky.
and you just open the door to go to the store, and now a car flat crashes, and you're one with the floor. You're dead.
Open the door to go to the store. Car crashes and you're one with the floor. Can you say that some more? Oh shit, you're a bore. I think I might snore. Well, I implore you to not make these rhymes galore when you're trying to soar in your vehicle with the wheels of four.
You know what? I commend you. I commend you for getting that far with all of those.
I could keep
By
going. I
well, oh,
stopped myself.
I'm aware. I yeah, that's cool. But no, that's why I was like, yeah, it's already, you got to worry about going outside and just like, oh, I got shot because someone was trying to fight somebody else. Damn, that sucks. Or, this is America, with if everything's to believed in the media, you can't go nowhere without someone running through blah, 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 blah. But are you gonna live in fear? No.
That's
You're
what I'm
gonna be
saying. That's
like,
what I'm saying.
hey, I got some buddies. I want to go play some fighting games with the buddies. Hey, I got some buddies. I want to talk about random shit with the buddies online. You do what you can to enjoy life. You find the enjoyment because the enjoyment is there. There's a lot of misery, but there's some good stuff too. Find your good stuff.
And that's why I say too that like as you get older, I will honestly say as you get older, it is hard to hold on to a certain level of optimism, hopefulness, stupidity, depending on who you ask. But no, optimism, hopefulness, whatever you want to call it. It's hard to hold on to it because as you get older, you start to learn more and more and more just how bad life could be and
Mm-hmm.
all the things that could kill you and where they are and how they could do so and how bad they could be.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I always say that like when you're younger, in a good way, when you're younger, you kind of have a stupid optimism. You don't realize how bad the world could be, or you don't realize what you should be afraid of, or you don't
You're
realize like
optimistic and
how
naive.
you optimistic and yeah, there you go. You don't realize like, oh shit, I could fail this way. Like that could hurt me. That could blah blah. That could so and so. So a 22-year-old who believes that they could be a big time A-list movie star with zero fucking like on screen experience, having memorized a script a day in their life. I admire that person because they have no belief as to, oh shit, there's no way I could fucking do this. As opposed to a 50-year-old who has probably had a storied fucking career of studying this shit forever and career never got off the ground. That person's probably like, fuck, shit, damn. Because they used to be the 22-year-old, maybe. Yeah. So no, I just yeah, like you are optimistic and naive, but I don't know.
Yeah. So
Life, life,
kind
life's a weird dichotomy. What are you gonna say?
yeah, yeah. So yes, I agree. So kind of to your point. So I was watching, I forget the name of the series, but there was a series I was watching, some kind of anime, and in it there was this kid that had a power that allowed them to change people's ages, right? After a while, it turns out there's a little more to the power because it's only temporary if you change their ages. You can make them older or younger. Now, she could do it to herself as well, make herself older or younger. But the power got deeper when it turned out not only could she make herself older, but she could make herself older with whatever potential future she's imagining. So she's like, "Oh, I'm this is a future where I'm 50 feet tall, motherfucker, punch you in the
Okay.
face, a future where this happens." And it eventually gets revealed by a villain that that character their power is only so strong because they're a kid. Because it's like the person's like, I wanted your power at one point, but as I realized, as you become an adult and you realize what's actually possible, that imagination becomes very limited. You become a lot less likely to manifest whatever future you're trying to manifest for yourself because you realize it's impossible to do certain things. So, in your same vein, someone worked that into a superpower in another
Yeah.
series.
When you 10, there's still a portion of you that believes that you can fucking well let me say younger than 10. Like when you like 7, there's a portion of you that still might believe that you have the ability to motherfucking fly. Then you get older and you realize ain't no way in hell I'm gonna flap my arms hard enough and take off. Shit like that. Um, but I mean, I we could make this podcast or not make this podcast about the inner workings of Jazz's mind because trust and believe, I have thought of and think about a lot of shit in my lifetime. I remember a few years ago, more than a few now, damn. I went to therapy because I wanted to go to therapy for some shit. I ended up having to stop because it was it was a job that was a decent drive out. And then when I was able to, after my shift, I would go to the therapy. And then when I got fired from said job, it didn't make sense to make the trip out to go just there at the time because money for transportation and I couldn't get transportation money, all that shit. But when I say that I think about a lot of shit or whatever, I remember when I was in therapy, of course the therapist was helping, but I only went to like maybe 4. I was in there and I'm not talking about her in any way because it had done, but it was almost like everything that she was thinking of or what I was saying, I had already thought about. Like I'm like, well, this, but that does kind of like it's almost like I had like already thought of a lot of the possibilities of wherever we could have gone down within the first few trips. I mean, the first few trips to the place and shit. Like I had already like worked it out in my head before we were even able to go deeper into whatever the shit was. I don't know. And sometimes people get surprised that I think so hard on shit. Let me ask you this: do you ever get surprised when you hear me talk about some of my thoughts, my contemplations? Because some people get surprised, like, damn, bro, why you even thinking that hard on this shit? Do you ever get surprised about it?
Mhm. That ever's a crazy word. So I'm going to say yes, but often not much because we've known
Because
each
you
other
know me
so
so long.
long. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's every once in a while where I'm like, huh, really? That was one way to think about it. But that's you, not necessarily with life. You seem to have a solid, you seem to have had a consistent view from what my standpoint is, even if things have changed over time, they're informed enough decisions to where, yeah, this sounds about right. May catch me off guard, but that's jazz. Still,
Are you
it.
are you are you are is this like my whole do you mean like my my
I'm
view
not
on life,
I'm not trying
or
to
do you
cite a
mean
specific thing. You just like the workings of your mind and stuff. I thought you meant since we
uh
were talking about life, that's why I used that example. But generally,
I was
like I'll joke about the if you're talking about just in general the way you think, I joke about your
that's
taste
what
in
I thought.
things
Yeah.
all the time. No,
That's why I was making sure you weren't talking about that part because you
no,
talk about how I have the weirdest taste in shit. So that's why I was asking
no,
that
no,
shit.
you were being serious, so I decided to be a bit more
Yeah,
serious. I'm
yeah.
like, yeah,
Okay.
like that kind of stuff though. That's more funny,
Right.
and just
I know I have weird taste in shit. I know
like I
that.
said, you folks can look at some of my choices for TGHS and be like, hey, you ain't got no space to talk. What are these movies you recommended? So it is that as well. So it's just more fun to be like, this one, that's your hill you want to do. But then, you look at me and say the same. So it's fine.
But I was just curious because I've had people tell me before. I've also had people tell me like they don't think well, and I think we talked about this on another episode, but people tell me that they don't think that I get mad just because I'm so chill and whatever. And I'm like, bro, I'm human. Of course I get mad. I just try not to, but of course I do. Anyway,
People tell me,
but
I've had people tell me they think they're surprised when I get mad or they don't think I get mad and it pisses me off. I'm like, how?
I have people tell me they don't think I get mad and it pisses me off is the craziest fucking statement. Do you get mad? The fuck you mean?
Yeah, motherfucker, get mad. What do you think? I'm just some dude that's gonna take everything. What the hell? I don't know. It doesn't piss me off all the time, but it's like, come on, don't act surprised.
It doesn't piss me off when people say that they don't
Yeah,
think I
that's what
get
I like.
mad
It pissed me off with more for effect, but it it's just
for the sake
like,
of the joke.
come on now, kind of like with you, where it's, come on
I'm like,
now,
I'm fucking human.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like,
you're
what
fucking
do you mean?
human, right? You raised that voice and that inflection.
Look at you with your fucking you over here come to the dark side looking ass.
Yeah, you get mad too. Yeah, you raised that
Let the hate
voice.
flow through you, faces. Oh shit. No, man. I try not to get mad, I have noticed that I don't get as mad as quickly or maybe as often as others.
That's
But
true.
well, yeah, like you definitely right. There within the pantheon of these episodes, some of that may be playing out between the two of us.
I,
but
yeah.
I was just gonna say, I try not. But I mean, I'm fucking human. I get like I told you when I went over this one girl's house or whatever. They all talk about I don't smoke and drink and all this shit or whatever. And they were like, "What? We talk about this? Don't you have problems that you need to escape from?" And I said to her, I was like, "Doesn't everybody?" It was like, "The fuck are you talking about? Just because I don't smoke and drink? Like, what? I didn't have the best life. I didn't have the worst life. I didn't have the worst life. I had a good one." But I didn't have some fucking just like red carpet silver spoon life. Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, that was just weird. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Before we just make this impromptu therapy session for my ass.
Nah,
Although it
don't
would be
do.
overdue because a lot of them turn into therapy sessions for you. So
Yeah, we don't need to do no therapies. You know what I'm saying? We're out here. We're sane. I'm sane in the membrane. I'm sane in the brain. You know what I'm
who made
saying?
that song?
Insane clown? No, that was Cypress Hill or something.
Okay, because I was just because insane was in the name, it was insane cloud puppy.
No, it's Cypress Hill.
Okay,
It's Cypress.
just because insane was in the name. All right, sir.
I was
Hmm.
thinking about, I don't know how much more time we got, but have you heard of Superhuman?
I'm keeping the time. Trust and believe. And no.
Okay, he is an individual who has made his career online making clips of him doing what he calls stunts, which I just think he's just hurting himself for other people's entertainment.
I
I
mean,
don't
how many
think, I
people
don't
online are
think,
doing
I don't think, I know that's what he's doing. But he would like have a video, and the first time I saw was around CEO 2019, just randomly popped into my Twitter feed. And he's just this dude is like, this is Superhuman TV show, and I here, and I'm gonna like jump into this pile of Legos. This is for juggalos and juggalettes. Do not try this at home, and I hope you like it. Whoop whoop. Takes off his shirt. Ah, fuck this shit. Whoop whoop. And he like jumps on the pile of Legos. Or I think in the particular video I saw, I think he elbow dropped a toaster. Ah, my elbow. Mick Foley style. Or no, that one might have been. No, it was Mick Foley style. He puts different wrestler styles by all his like stunts. I'm gonna flip
Oh,
onto
you're not
this.
saying McFoley style. He did.
Yes. He's like, I'm gonna do this, and he puts like Jeff Hardy style or CM Punk style. Just some wrestler he likes that happens to do that move. But he'll like do, and that day I saw it and I'm like, I should not feed into this. This guy clearly this is unhealthy for him. At the same time, I respect the hustle. You get a life, buddy. And at that point, I became an enabler. But
The way you just phrased all of that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, that's what it felt like. It was like,
You're not lying.
oh, like, I'm just gonna make him want to keep doing this if he gets success from it. But I respect his willingness to do these stunts, and he's done all kinds of stuff. He caught the eye of people like Joey Janela at one point.
Oh, word.
Did like a little indie match with them. But the dude's clearly into the insane clown posse, and that's not one of his things earlier because he says this is for juggalos and juggalettes. Do
What?
not try this at
Juggalos, right?
home.
Yeah, yeah.
Do not try this at home, and I hope you like it. Whoop whoop. Uh, every time. No, he's one of those people where it is the same speech every video. This is
Branding. Well, that's what
superhuman.
you say.
Yeah, yeah.
Branding.
This is superhuman TV show. I'm about to do something really fucking stupid. This is for juggalos and juggalettes. Do not try this at home, and I hope you like it. Whoop whoop. Take off the shirt, kind of grunting, going fuck this shit. Whoop whoop. Do the stunt. Sometimes he'll just be like, roll in pain. Sometimes he surprises you where he'll like roll in pain for like half a second, then get up and be like, I'm not fucking done. Walk over and then like elbow drop a table that has like thumbtacks on it or some shit. The dude's weird. And when you go, hey, this person may or may not be on the spectrum, where are their parents? The answer is behind the fucking camera.
Oh,
That's
how
where
old
the
is this
dad
person?
is. He's like in his 20s. It is what it is. But the fact of the matter is, you're just like, come on, man. He's been doing this for a minute. You remember Tosh Point oh? Remember when that was a show? He was on Tosh Point oh once, apparently, before I even had heard about him. Like
It's
way back in the day.
superhuman
Superhuman with
spelled
two
correctly
M's.
with two M's. Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's like
I got. I
superhuman.
got to check him out. I have to check him out
Every
now.
once in a while, my roommate will see. Everyone see that's how it happens. It's like, can you believe this motherfucker hurts himself for our entertainment? Oh shit! I need to watch
And
this.
right, right. And then watch. You see, it's gonna be one of these big things, and I'm gonna take my hand, my finger on my phone, and I'm gonna do just like this. Tap. I'm gonna be an enabler too. I'm gonna click the thumbs up and
But
fucking
yeah,
add to the many people who are watching this shit. Yeah.
so that's why I had the posse on the brain. I actually can't name any insane clown posse songs.
Uh, I don't know the name of the song, but I know the famous back in the day of viral videos, the famous line from the Insane Clown Posse song that went viral because of everybody was like, "Are y'all fucking
Oh,
serious?
that the magnets, how do they work?
Fucking magnets?
I
How do
don't
they
know what the
work?"
name of that song is, but I've seen the meme. Good magnets, how do they work?
What's so bad about us? And when I say us, I mean just all of
Society.
us. Yes, society. Yes. What's so bad about society? Us laughing at that is the song is about how beautiful and miraculous the world is, like all of these fucking marvels and miracles in the world that make life, and how beautiful and awe inspiring it is. And this dude is putting in pen to paper to express that and share that with us. And then we got the nerve, and I mean nerve, myself included, to look at this shit and be like, "Fucking Magnus, shut your dumb ass up." Well, he's just talking about, man, because if you really think about it, as much as I'm laughing at him, how the fucking Magnus work? It's amazing.
I'm about to say, how do they work, Jess?
If you really think about it,
As much as we're
it's
laughing,
amazing.
how do they work? Polarity, duh.
But I mean, but
What
still,
does
that
that mean?
it is amazing how two things can go,
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm just like, it's
or
one of
when you
those.
flip it around and then they don't,
Mm,
it's amazing. But we sitting up here talking about, yeah, shut up. Oh, I don't know. It is funny. I don't know.
mm.
But I mean, how do magnets work? Shit.
Yeah. Well, you say the thing, and it's the metal just sticks to it. Magnets.
Well, like you said, the polarity, it is an invisible force between two objects that have a magnetic pull, and then they all have a north and a south pole within the magnets themselves. And if you put, I believe, the opposites, the north and the south together, they attract. But if you put two souths or two norths together, they repel each other.
Yeah, you take 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. They'll come together. Opposites attract.
And if you put a magnet in water, I forget. If you put a magnet in water, I forget exactly what it is, but you put it in water in a certain type of fashion, and it will orient itself due north. That's how compasses always find north, because the magnet will orient itself due north. So they put the arrow that way, and that's when you take the magnet, you turn it to where the arrow is facing. Because compasses sit in a certain amount of water, you turn it to where the arrow is facing to line it up with north, and then you can orient yourself. When I was in Boy Scouts, I don't remember hardly any of that shit,
You
but I
got
do remember
see,
some.
see, he was in Boy Scouts. That's how you know it ain't fiction. It's a fact.
Wait,
Don't worry about it.
okay.
They they
But
they
no,
they they know what I'm talking
okay. But no, I was in Boy Scouts, and I was saying, like, we had to orient a map back in the days before GPS and shit, of course. Um, and you had to take a map and be like, okay, and then line it up and be like, okay, the cop is going north, so this is north, match it up, and then you know where you're walking and all this shit. Yeah. Anyway,
I was a
you
Boy
look like
Scout for 2 weeks.
not with us, me and Ivan, right?
No, it was before I met you.
That's what I'm saying, right?
I got bored real quick. I'm like, don't talk about fire safety. I didn't know about fire safety. We learned that in regular school. I thought I was gonna learn some cool shit. I was very impatient as a kid. I had to get on my mom's nerves. Every time I had a new hobby, I was done with it in like 2 weeks. Aside from like technically video games, but we couldn't afford them back then, so they were few and far between. You know what I mean?
What hobbies did
I'm
you?
not mad about it, but I tried band
Oh,
for 2 weeks. I tried being good, like a youth basketball thing for a brief amount of time. I tried the Boy Scouts. I tried some other stuff. It wasn't
I'm like,
until about middle school. It wasn't until middle school in acting that I found something I wanted to actually stick with.
that's what I was saying. I don't even remember you doing all of this shit.
Yeah, I
That's why
never
I was
did.
like,
I also didn't do it long enough for it to matter, Jazz,
that's why I was
because
like,
I
when
got bored
did you
real
do this shit
quick.
when I knew? Did you do this when I knew your ass? What the hell?
Yeah, like I never like I said I was in band, but I've also gone on record saying I don't know how to play any instruments because I'm only in band 2 weeks.
What instrument when you were in band? What
Okay,
instrument
so
were you
an
playing?
instrument that I wasn't actually interested in, but I saw how expensive the instruments were, and I knew we didn't have a lot of money, and I had already talked my mom into going that far.
Hmm.
And so I was like, what's the cheapest instrument here? I'm trying to save my mom
Oh,
some
okay.
money. So I chose
Oh,
the
okay.
fucking sousaphone. This because I didn't own it.
Tuba, tuba.
No, the sousaphone.
Well, no, I mean like not tuba tuba, but tuba like.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I mean. Yeah. There is a
Yeah.
difference, but I
Now
mean
I
it's
did. Now, if part of the reason it was cheap is because it stayed at the fucking school. It's more just a rent and use it type deal because you're not bringing that damn thing home. How big it was, and this
because
is
it's fucking
elementary
huge.
school, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. Oh, I I think part of what annoyed me is there's not much. It's like just the three things. So the extra complication that is three, like a piano. I don't have the finger dexterity for it, but I can still. This key makes this noise. This key makes this noise. I don't have to do Naruto hand signs to do a song like I would on a brass instrument.
Fucking burning attack to make it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's the name? Um. It's kind of like trumpet, where it's three valves, and it's more so in your embouchure than it
Mm-hmm.
is in the actual notes. The more you open your mouth and close your mouth changes the note
Yeah, and I
because
wasn't processing that as a kid. I was like, this ain't make. Yeah.
different fingerings changes the note. Like what
Mm-hmm.
one fingering could be like two or three different notes, some shit like that. Yeah, depending on how you close over your mouth. Yeah. I didn't process that either when I was little because I was in band and um my brother, shout out to Big Bro, Ibn played trombone very well for a while. Uh, and then Mama tried to get me to do trombone in middle school because Ibn was so good at it. So they wanted me to do it. Did it for a little bit, was not that damn good, and didn't understand the embouchure thing. I told my mom like years later because she was like, you weren't good at trumpet, so that's why we didn't keep you at it, and blah, blah, trombone, blah, blah. I was like, well, I didn't realize the whole embouchure thing was one of the main reasons I was messing up. I didn't comprehend the three valves with the, I didn't told, but I did trombone. So then I moved on to trumpet, and my mom plays trumpet, amongst some other things she does. So she was like, well, okay, you did trombone, we'll try your trumpet. I did trumpet, wasn't that good at
Trumpet.
trumpet.
Mambo. Anyway.
So I moved on to trumpet and wasn't that good at trumpet. So when I moved on to play trumpet for a little bit, then they moved me to clarinet because they were like, you can change your embouchure somewhat with a woodwind, but clarinet is more like you said, this fingering is this note. This fingering is this note. This fingering is this note. So I moved on to clarinet and I was much better at clarinet because it was just once you get enough air to go through this motherfucker, get your hands right, you're good. So it wasn't like opening, closing, all this shit. Then from clarinet, I moved on to when I hit high school, I moved on to saxophone because the fingerings for clarinet are not the exact same, but they are very similar to sax. So the band
Like,
director, when I moved on to saxophone, what's up?
if I did play a brass instrument, I probably would have wanted to play a sax. I think that was one of the first
That's
things I
woodwind.
looked at. Oh, is it? It's a woodwind. It's not a
Yeah.
brass.
No,
It's literally
trombone
made
and
out of
trumpet,
metal.
sousaphone, trumpet, trombone, brass, clarinet, saxophone, woodwind. Because there's a reed, woodwind,
Okay,
woodwind. Yeah, the
sure.
vibration of the yeah.
Then whatever. I wanted to play either a saxophone or a piano, both of which are super fucking expensive. And I was like, oh no, too far and too deep. Uh, this
They are
one,
a
the
lot.
sousaphone. Are you sure you want to do that one? Mm-hmm.
They are a lot. They are a lot.
I also
Um.
didn't realize the spit problem.
Oh yeah, the spit valve. That's what any instrument you blow into.
Well, I was a kid.
Saxophone, clarinet. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't. Yeah,
I didn't know that was going to be a thing.
yeah. And you have to release the spit valve because at some point it can make the instrument sound funny if you're actually like playing your ass off and the spit collects in it. Um, but no, what I was saying, no, yeah, I moved on to saxophone when I went to high school because one, the band director was like, well, The fingerings are similar, so it won't be too much. And then on top of that, my dad plays sax. My name, bam, there you go. But my dad plays sax, so we was like, well, yeah, boom, boom, boom. So then I played saxophone. Apparently, I was pretty good. I got taught I was pretty good by a few people. My mom wish I would have kept it up. I played sax all through high school. Started out on alto for a minute, then went to tenor. Then I think went back to alto. Then eventually I was marching with a baritone, which is I still think is crazy because baritone's big as shit, and you need a lot of air to fill this motherfucker out. And I'm marching, swinging this big ass baritone with my fucking 16, 17-year-old ass swinging this big baritone and marching while having enough air to fill that out. And now my fucking in my 30s grown ass wouldn't have enough air to fill that bitch out sitting down right now, not doing shit. But when I was 16, I was filling it out while fucking marching. Anyway, but yeah, and then after I left high school, I didn't play it no more. And my mom wishes I would have, my dad wishes I would have, but I was like, I did it because I didn't hate it, but I did it because I had to, because I was in school. I didn't want to do that. And there you go. So anyway, all that being said, things that we wish that you all will hopefully want to do, and not feel like you have to do, is if you would like to, anywhere you stream your music, you can go ahead and hit me up, or should I say, hit up the music streaming platforms, and then they will hit up my pockets with a little bit of money, but give me whatever. Anyway, you stream your music, go ahead, find and follow your boy. I go by the name of Super Jazz. That's SUPERJAZ. If you want to hear me rapping, go ahead, check out my solo debut solo album, My Secret Identity. Go ahead, type in Super Jazz, My Secret Identity. I'm not that famous yet. Also, go ahead, check me out on Instagram under the name Forever Super Jazz. That's going to be all one word, forever spelled correctly. Go ahead, check that out on that as well. If you want to stay up to date with everything with said theatrical production company that I was talking about at the beginning of this podcast, go ahead and on Facebook find and like the page for Aquarian Rising Productions. That is Aquarian, not Aquarius. Also, go ahead on Instagram and for the company as well. It is Official Aquarian Rising. So again, Aquarian Rising Productions on Facebook, Official Aquarian Rising on Instagram. Stay up to date with everything happening with the company. If for some crazy, strange reason you happen to be within the St. Louis area next Friday, which is the 20th, the last 2 weekends of this month, we are going to be doing Top Dog Underdog by the wonderful and beautiful Miss Susan Laurie Parks. Like I said last time, this how you know your boy been working. This is the cover of the motherfucking script. This how you know your boy been working. This how you know your boy been reading. This is how you know your boy been in this damn script. So if you would like to see me and my co-star get up here and light the stage on fire with a wonderful story that I am honored to be able to tell, then please go ahead and join us for that. Where can they find you, man?
Oh, you can find me here. You can also find me on the YouTube channel Feo Grande. It is Feo Grande. We got some shows on there. Mondays we got a show called Mock Draft where we draft some things back and
No
forth,
show.
me and the boys, just so we can trade some random things. Tuesdays got a show with Bill Smith, a good guy, good friend of the channel.
Okay.
He and I, we host a show called This Guy Has a Scene. We trade
No
things
show.
back and forth, various forms of media and whatnot. Third, Saturdays, we have a show called You Don't Watch Sports, trade topics back and forth, help you sprinkle a little information to your sports conversation. Be a guy who likes to see that as sports talk. I also have a Twitter and Twitch at Giotavi. That is GIOTAVI. Come on in, stop on by. Yeah, it's September. Subscriptions on
So,
Twitch are subscriptions on Twitch are half off.
so what are y'all watching on TGHS this time?
This week was a special wrestling episode of it.
Word. That's right. I
Where we
remember because she
traded
told me.
traded matches. Bill Brooks, Shawn Michaels versus Psycho Sid in Royal Rumble.
RIP.
I brought Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano.
Tommy Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Is that what
Yeah.
you're gonna say?
Look, man, it's late. Uh, DIY fighting each other. Fuck you, Ciampa. That match. And
Amazing.
Ibn brought Brian Danielson versus Omega. The only match they fought. So yeah.
Yeah, because I remember because I went over to watch AEW All Out later on that night, and I was, off to the side being quiet, but I heard Ibn's side of the conversation. So I can't wait to see when y'all put it out to hear everybody talking. But I heard some of that conversation, and some of it was kind of, just kind of it was cool. It was cool. It was cool. It was cool. It was cool.
And
And
I
it was kind
believe
of
next
funny.
week is Karate Kid 2,
Oh Lord,
not the
I'm not
Jaden
gonna.
Smith one.
No, because that's the Karate Kid. It's just a remake. Um, but I'll just we're closing out the show, so we don't have to go into a whole another conversation and diatribe. But maybe my 33-year-old ass will see it differently. But in the past, I thought that the original Karate Kid is overrated. I say it all the time.
All
I haven't
right.
seen the
Well,
second
folks,
one
we
because the
will
first one is
see
overrated.
y'all later. I suppose. Fair enough. Guess we will see y'all later on that note.
Look, we said I got weird taste. That's what you're thinking about? Oh shit. Well, you know what? We might we
Topic
might
for
talk
another day.
about we might talk about my taste next time.
Topic for
But what are we
another
gonna talk about
day.
next time? What are we gonna talk about next time?
Whatever we want.
Be nice to yourself, everybody. Seriously, man. Seriously. Life is fucking crazy. Life is hard. Life is a lot of things. Be nice to yourself.
Life is not sunshine and rainbows. It's urine and feces.
God damn.
Find your way to live in spite of it. Fuck life. Life's only out to get you. Enjoy your life
Jesus Christ.
in spite of it. You versus the world. The world doesn't want to see you happy. Be happy anyway, damn it. Adiosness.